Why I stopped killing animals. The short version is because I don't have to. If you want to know the long version, arm yourself with a cup of tea, sit back and relax. I grew up on a small self-subsistence farm in a poor European country. Killing animals for food was part of life on the farm. My dad was a hunter. I used to go out with him ever since I was a little boy. Luckily, he was a bad hunter. We would more often come back with a bunch of watercress picked at a pristine stream along the way than any feathered or furry thing. I remember my dad teaching me how to use the shotgun. I must have been 8 or 9. We killed this little bird, a sparrow I think. The loud bang made me flinch and partially deaf for a few minutes. I remember picking up the small lifeless body, its beak and brains blown off. The remains consisted of an empty half skull attached to a body of mangled feathers. I had never felt anything so soft to the touch. I didn't understand why we killed this little breath of life, but I trusted my dad. At the farm we raised and killed animals for our own consumption. I hated slaughter time but was asked to help as soon as I was strong enough to hold a chicken or a leg of the pig. I remember closing my eyes while holding the animal, or skinning the rabbit alive because it's tastier that way. The excruciating human-like screams of the pig as the 10-inch knife pierced through their throats to their hearts, leaving the animal to bleed and drown in their own blood, was particularly hard to bear. I remember helping to make sausages out of the pig's intestines. The revolting smell will be burning my memory forever. I was repeatedly told this is what we need to do to survive. We need meat to grow big, healthy, and strong. I believe that. Furthermore, I was born into a religious culture that believes that it's the natural order. The animals, hell, the whole universe exists for human enjoyment and exploitation. And the animals sacrifice their lives so that we can live. That's the way God designed the world. I swallowed that lie. In late teens, organized religion stopped making sense to me. I became aware of the hypocrisy and corruption of religious authorities and contradictory scriptures. A God that preaches love and then asks for sacrifice. A God that is omnipresent and omnipotent and yet allows the most horrendous atrocities to happen. A God that claims to love everyone and then sends people to hell if they don't obey him. Sounds to me more like a sadistic deity, a fairy tale created by men that want power and control over other men and women. I've been agnostic ever since. Agnostic because, besides the absurdity of the religious God, every breath I breathe is still a mystery to me, but that's another story. Fast forward to my mid-20s, by then I was living in a different country, studying, exposed to different cultures. That's when I met the first vegetarians. They seemed eccentric and strange to me. I was convinced they were living an unhealthy lifestyle, since I was repeatedly told that I needed meat to be healthy. I wasn't curious to hear their story because I was certain of my truth. So I truly never tried to understand their arguments or research their lifestyle. Funny the twists and turns of life as I started dating a vegetarian a few years later. That was the first time that I was exposed to the reality that a healthy and tasty meatless diet is possible. It didn't take long for me to become vegetarian while still believing that some animal products were essential for a healthy body. You know, the usual lies that surround us that got imprinted into us by obsolete formal education and the SEO propaganda. You need fish for omegas, eggs for protein, milk for calcium, blah blah blah. I was vegetarian for 5 years before I started dating a vegan who happens to be a nutritionist, and once more the myths I was carrying were shattered to pieces. Omegas can be obtained from certain seeds such as flax. The building blocks of protein, aka amino acids, are available in all vegetables. Heck, the biggest land mammals are herbivores. Calcium is better absorbed from dark green vegetables such as kales and broccoli, alongside a complex, healthy cocktail of vitamins, minerals, and disease-fighting antioxidants non-existing in animal foods. After learning that the healthy body was possible without harming anyone, yes, I mean anyone, I've noticed how the English language uses she and he for people, and it for animals. Human supremacy or anthropocentrism is embedded in our very language. Anyway, as I was saying, after I learned that I didn't need animal products to be healthy, there was no going back. Later I learned that there is a protein in cheese known to be addictive. This protein exists in cow's milk so that the newborn baby calf creates a bond with his or her mother. But they never get to enjoy it because baby calves are separated at birth so that we can enjoy their mom's addictive secretion. Maybe this is why people react so negatively to a discussion about eating animal products. They are addicted and they don't even know it. However, for me, the will to not want to cause suffering to innocent creatures for my own pleasure is way more powerful than any craving of any flavor that has ever crossed my tongue. Besides, all taste is acquired and vegan food can be just as tasty as anything you can imagine if you give it a chance. So to conclude, I've been vegan for over 3 years now. During this time I have done a fair bit of research and watched a few compelling documentaries and talks, which I highly recommend. Earthlings, Cowspiracy, Vegucated, Forks Over Knives, Speciesism, Live and Let Live, to name a few. I even built a documentary website called lucidtree.com where you can find all of these and many more documentaries on other topics. With the availability of an extensive online resource of nutrition info and tools, recipes, suggestions and ideas, it has never been easier to live a cruelty-free lifestyle where diet is just the first step.